Yo, what's up YouTube? This is the DFS Riddler coming at you live with another MLB video for the Thursday, April the 11th slate. I'm here to solve all of your DFS riddles and answer all of your questions that you might have for this slate. Before we get started, please take a moment to drop a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can get all the future content. Yesterday baseball was crazy, guys. Pretty much if you didn't stack the Oakland Athletics and the Seattle Mariners, you fucking lost. So I didn't have enough of those guys. My cash line ended up scoring 112. I didn't get anywhere near making it. You had to have 158 to get in the cash. So that was shitty. Like a really crazy slate. Scores, there were some scores like over in the 200s. That's something that you don't normally see for DFS baseball. But yeah, we'll quickly go over the picks that I had for last night's video. They actually did pretty decent. Rendon got an 18. He always crushes it. Cody Bellinger did not do very well. He only got a 3, so he did not kill it like I thought he would. But it's baseball. Shit happens. Let's see, Merrifield, he was consistent like always. He got a 12. Peralta only got a 5. I expected a lot more out of him in his matchup that he had. So like I said, shit happens. The two pitchers, Noah Syndergaard got a 22.75 and Woodruff got a 15.9. So not bad, not great either. Noah Syndergaard ended up giving up some runs like in his last inning that he was pitching, like 2 or 3 or something. He got the win still. So this guy, he could have ended up with 30 DraftKings points if he didn't end up shitting the bed near the end of the game. So, but other than that, he looked pretty good. The secret sleeper pick that I had was Cedric Mullins. He had a really good matchup, but he was really cheap, but he only ended up putting up a 4. So not really like as expected, but hey, we will bounce back for tomorrow's slate. Looking really good on tomorrow's slate. The Seattle game and Oakland, those two teams will be playing again in the morning slate tomorrow, which I will be on those guys for the AM slate. But I will be doing a video for the main slate, the PM slate. Before we get started on that, just want to go over Draft Dashboard real quick. Draft Dashboard is the best lineup optimizer that you can get out there, guys. There are so many tools on here that will help you get the best players in your lineup so that you can win top dollar in all the tournaments, all your cash games. Draft Dashboard is just awesome, guys. You've got everything from the MLB cheat sheet, which tells you the locks of the slate, all the best plays, the top pitchers that are in the best spots to make value, your stud bats over $4,000 that are in the best spots, your mid-range bats from 3.5 to 4K, your value bats, and the best part about this is the home run hitters, guys. This gives you all the players that are in the slate for the day that have the best opportunity to hit a home run. And that's what you want to have in your lineups, guys. People that you want to have the players that have the high upside to get multiple home runs, because is what's gonna take down the slate for you. It's what's gonna get you the most money, those home runs. So definitely one of the most important tools on Draft Dashboard for sure. I also really love the sleepers and studs option. If you go here, it will tell you all the players that are under $4,000 that have the best opportunity, the best chance to make value. This is super important when you're trying to fit in those high dollar stud bats. You got to be able to put the value plays in there so you can fit those expensive guys in your lineup. So knowing which players that are under $4,000 that have the best chance to make value at that price, very important tool, guys, in winning DFS. Last but not least is the lineup optimizer for Draft Dashboard, guys. A lot of lineup optimizers out there, and Draft Dashboard has got to have the best one. All the players that you have in your player pool, you can go to your lineup optimizer, and it will optimize winning lineups for you based on the players that you have selected, based on their stats and everything. You can generate multiple lineups, and this lineup optimizer will win you money, guys. It has won me a ton of money in the past. Some of my best lineups and highest scoring lineups have come from this lineup optimizer right here. So it is a really, really awesome tool, guys. Draft Dashboard is just an awesome fantasy tool for every fantasy player out there. So if you want to try Draft Dashboard, you can. It's only $1 for 30 days. You can click the link that's in the description of my video below, and it'll take you to where you need to go so you can try out Draft Dashboard. It is worth it, guys. It's only $1 to try it. If you already play daily fantasy sports every day, you're already spending $1, so you might as well try out a winning lineup optimizer and a tool that will help you win more money. It is only $1 for 30 days. If you don't like it after 30 days, you can always cancel, but it is definitely worth a shot, so why not give it a try, guys? Draft Dashboard is the best lineup optimizer out there. So we will move on to today's picks. Kind of a rough looking slate, but there is a lot of value out there. I'm really liking the Braves stack today. The Braves are looking really good. They're going up against lefty pitcher Steven Matz. Matz is a pretty decent pitcher, and he did have a decent start on his year. But he does give up a lot of power hits to righty batters. And the Braves have a lot of power in their righty batters, and they've been looking really, really good lately. So I am liking the Braves a whole lot. For my SP1, we'll talk about the pitchers first. SP1, I'm going with John Gray. John Gray is the highest priced pitcher on this slate. He does have a ton of upside. He's $9,300. He is pitching away, so he's not in Coors Field. If he was pitching in Coors Field, I would never pick John Gray or any of the Colorado pitchers in Coors Field. But he is going up against the Giants, who strike out a ton. He does have not a very good OPS overall, giving up to batters over the last 3 years, but that is because he has played so many games at Coors Field where he gets lit up. But this guy away from Coors Field, he does really, really well. His last 5 games, he had a 5, a 25, 5, and a -8. But he just has a ton of upside today, guys, against, like I said, just a really bad San Francisco Giants team that strike out a ton. And John Gray consistently scores 20 plus fantasy points and can get you anywhere from 25 to 30 when he is playing away from Coors Field. So I really, really like John Gray today. I think you got to lock him in, especially for a cash game. He's a lock. Should do really well today. He has a low ERA pitching away from home, so lock him in. He should do really well against a really shitty Giants team. For my SP2, I went with Kevin Gausman. Kevin Gausman for the Atlanta Braves, who, like I said, I'm liking their bats a whole lot today. So Kevin Gausman, if he pitches well, he should be able to get the win against a New York Mets team that strikes out a ton. Their offense hasn't really been looking that great since they've started this year. So I really do like his upside here. He is $7,500 price tag, so I really, really like that. High chance to make value. He opened up with he's only pitched 1 game this year. That was that 31 that he's gotten, and he pitched that against the Miami Marlins, which are one of the worst teams in baseball. But that is a really huge start for him, and I really like his chances here against the New York Mets. And looking for an SP2 that you could pair with John Gray, I think that this guy makes a ton of sense, because you got to leave room to fit in some decent bats. If you don't have bats in this slate, guys, if you don't have decent bats, you're gonna lose. So you gotta get a value pitcher that is gonna at least get you somewhere near value while you're still paying down, so you can have a decent bat. So I like Kevin Gausman here. I like his upside. And we will move on to the bats now. For my first bat, the guy that I like the most on this slate is Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts is priced up like always at 5,400. This guy's never below 5,000, but rightfully so. His price tag, like the scores that he puts up speaks for the price tag. This guy has a great batting average. He gets on base all the time. He's playing Toronto Blue Jays. They're a horrible team. Boston should be able to put up some runs here. Last 5 versus Toronto, he had a 14, a 10, a 4, a 34, and a 14. This guy won't get you a ton of home runs, but he has the speed. Like, he gets tons of hits. This guy can get a single, get a stolen base. He gets tons of RBIs, hits in lots of batters, gets lots of runs himself. So he just consistently puts up points. And tomorrow he has a draft dashboard ranking of 92. Like I said, going up against a really bad Toronto team. Sanchez is the lowest ranked pitcher on the slate. He has an 829 OPS versus Sanchez. He's hitting 7 for 26 with a 269 batting average, 4 singles, 2 doubles, and 1 home run. So I really like Mookie Betts here today. I love his upside. If you can fit him in your lineups, he's definitely worth it at that $5,400 price tag. For the next player, I'm going to go with Dansby Swanson for the Atlanta Braves. Like I said, I was really liking the Braves today. Dansby Swanson does bat in, I believe, the number 7 spot, but he's been just crushing it lately, guys. He's priced at 4,200, so priced up a little bit, but if you look at his last 5 games, 18, 16, 19, 7, 4, he's just been killing it. And when he's been killing it against left-handed pitchers. And Steven Matz is a pretty bad left-handed pitcher. He's a good pitcher overall, but when he's pitching to right-handed batters that have a lot of power, Dansby Swanson does have that power. 795 OPS to Matz's 787 OPS to righty batters. I really love this matchup. Throw him in that Brave stack. He's definitely going to crush value. He has a 1.167 OPS versus Matz, hitting 1 for 3 with the double. Not a really huge sample size, but I really like this tomorrow. I think that Matz can get plenty of strikeouts against the righties in the lineup. The lefties in the lineup, but the righties in the lineup are probably going to absolutely crush him because he just doesn't pitch that great to right-handed batters. Which brings me to my next pick, which is another right-handed batter from the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna. This guy is a great hitter, guys. He's just great hitter overall. He is priced at $5,000 today. Very well worth it. He's got tons of home run upside, tons of power. Gets on base a ton, great batting average. He has a 17, a 27, a 0, a 2, and a 16 in his last 5 games. Usually when Ronald Acuna has the right matchup, he absolutely crushes it, and he has that matchup today. Like I said, going against Steven Matz, Ronald Acuna has a 992 OPS versus lefty pitchers. Batting in the cleanup spot, I really like his upside here. I think he's going to hit a home run tomorrow, guys. Lock him in your lineups. Ronald Acuna is going to crush it. For my next pick, I went with Jason Hayward. I think that this is going to go extremely underlooked. The Chicago Cubs. Jason Hayward is only priced at $4,000. I love that price tag for the upside that he brings you. In his last 5 games, He got a 2, a 49, a 20, a 3, and a 3. Absolutely killed it. Like a 49 is kind of unheard of, like in most days of baseball, for the hitters. But that's the kind of upside that he does have. He can get you there, anywhere from 20 to 50 fantasy points on the right day. And on this day, he is facing Joe Musgrove, who he does see pretty well. He's hit him 3 out of 9 times for 3 singles. He has a 788 OPS versus Musgrove. Musgrove is a pretty decent pitcher, but a pretty bad pitcher to lefty batters, giving up an 832 OPS. And Jason Hayward hits a 703 OPS to righty pitchers. And he won't be this hot the entire year, but right now Jason Hayward is really hitting the ball. He's hitting the ball really well. So you want to grab the batters when they're on that hot hitting streak. And right now he is there, like he's right there. So even though he's batting in the number 7 spot, batting or hitting against the right-handed pitcher Joe Musgrove, I really love his upside here. Draft Dashboard doesn't like him very much, but that's because Joe Musgrove is priced up at $9,000. But Cubs have been not pretty killing it lately, kind of on offense. They've been putting up a ton of home runs and a lot of runs in general. So, like I said, grab the teams when they're hitting really hot. And right now, Jason Hayward is fucking crushing it. So, get him in your lineups, guys. Yeah, that is going to be it for all of the core bats that I have. I do have a value pick for you guys also, though. Not really a value pick. Will Myers is priced at $4,600. I just think that with everything else going on this slate, like with a lot of people will probably be on the Braves. If you wanted to be contrarian and play somebody like Will Myers in your GPP, he'll be probably pretty low owned. And I picked him out because of his BVP matchup against Zach Godley, who has not pitched very well since he started this year. Zach Godley is giving up a 1.237 OPS to Will Myers. Will Myers is hitting 8 for 19 with a 421 batting average. Will Myers has 5 singles, 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 home run. So he sees Zach Godley really, really well. And like I said, Zach Godley has pitched like shit in his first couple of outings. Will Myers is batting in the cleanup spot. And I think that he has a high upside to put up some high numbers tomorrow. And like I said, will probably go underlooked because of all the other plays that are on this slate. So if you wanted to play a contrarian play a little bit and play somebody that's going to be a little underowned, I would suggest maybe throwing Will Myers in your lineups in a GPP somewhere. Definitely a good play with a lot of upside. So that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be it for the video. I think tomorrow is going to be a good crush comeback spot. I'm really excited for this slate to get started. I think it's going to be really, really good. We're going to take down tomorrow. We're going to get that money, guys. So until tomorrow night's video, as always, make lots of money, and DFS Riddler out.